You are going to want to see this if you want to see people get killed by death in hilarious ways. Hi, this is Shadowscape Pictures. My name is Philip Wilson, and this is the review for Final Destination Bloodlines. This Stephanie chick has recurring nightmares of her grandma's death at the Skyview restaurant. She goes to seek her grandma so she can peacefully sleep once again. Her scared grandma gets killed and death starts coming for the rest of her bloodline. First off, the music score is actually pretty good as well in this movie. I was actually thoroughly surprised at how well it conveyed that horror vibe to the film, and it really engaged a lot of the emotional kind of scenes in this movie. And it just knows what it is, and you're just having a good time with it. That's really this movie. And the additional songs in this film suited really well for it. The film's story is a little bit different than other Final Destination films. Instead of just having a premonition of death and all these people dying, it's told from the perspective of her grandma initially, where she has a premonition of death back in the 60s. And that's where everything went wrong and she basically sees herself die. Then essentially Stephanie wakes up with that nightmare of her grandma dying and such. She then goes to seek help from her grandma. She obviously encounters problems with her family and such, which is to be expected, I would say. She finds out that her grandma has been isolating herself from getting killed by death. And when Stephanie sees her, she doesn't believe that this is the case, that death is coming for them. So then her grandma basically gets killed by death, and in doing so, she receives a book about how basically all Final Destination movies kind of interconnect with one another, which is actually pretty cool. I'm glad they put that in a book together, which was really cool. It's nice to have some callbacks of the other films, which is really awesome, honestly. After Stephanie sees her grandma get killed, she believes that death is coming for the entire bloodline, which is really cool. I thought this was a great take for a different story, essentially, instead of just rehashing the same thing that the last 5 films kind of did. So instead of just a premonition, it's yeah, all these people weren't supposed to be alive, so let's take them all out. I was actually pretty surprised at how fun this movie was. What? How is it that this film was that entertaining? Did I travel to the mid 2000s or something all of a sudden? This was a really fun movie. Really entertaining. I had an absolute blast with this film. It actually seems like the filmmakers or the studio, they actually cared about the audience for once, instead of just discarding them. Whereas this film is yeah, we're here to entertain the audience. We actually care about the audience. And for the first time in a while, I actually had a really good time with this film. The deaths in this film are actually hilarious. Me and my buddy were laughing the entire time. Every time someone died, it was hilarious. And no one else was laughing. It was what is wrong with people? Do people not laugh anymore or something? What is this? People lost humor in movies again? This is way better than Thundershit, so... And nobody was laughing when I went to see that movie either. So, what is going on? Why is no one laughing at the theater anymore? I think the filmmakers did a really good job with creating some of the deaths in this film. They use an MRI machine. They use the glass floor. There's so many cool little deaths. And especially there was a goddamn fucking penny. A goddamn penny caused a bunch of deaths. Unbelievable. And to even come up with these things, plan these out and such, I think the filmmakers did an incredible job. They created a lot of tension. They subverted your expectations quite a bit. So sometimes you'd think something was going to happen or get someone killed, and then it doesn't happen. So they made it somewhat predictable, but also at the same time not. So you're always questioning whether this was going to happen or is this how they're going to die? And it was really cool, honestly. There's also a train derailment that also happened, and I was that is just stupid, but also really funny. The deaths are just great in this film, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to be entertained and just, sit back, relax, and have a good time. That's it. I don't want to worry about the production design, the costumes, and all this other crap. And the VFX in this film, is pretty good overall, I would say. I'm not looking for like amazing VFX or anything, but this film does a very good job at making it look as real as possible. Death essentially just finds them all in this movie. It's kind of like what you expect in a way, but also they did it in such like a fun way that I was just thoroughly entertained the entire film. These people went out to make a fun movie, and they did just that. My one thing is, I wish there's a little bit more eye candy in this film. It just seems like Hollywood casts a bunch of like average looking people. When I want to go see a movie, I don't want to just see average looking people. I want to see some good looking people. Like, I know they might be a good actor or whatever, but I also want to see some good looking people. You know what I'm trying to get at? Because like seeing just average people is kind of like, well, I can go walk down the street and see that. At least Michael bayed this film a little bit. And you know Harvey Weinstein wouldn't let this happen. He wouldn't let average looking chicks just star in the whole movie. It ain't gonna happen. The one thing that was really good about this movie is the big moral of the story. Essentially, you should just cherish every day as like it's your last day. I do think that is a very good moral to the story. I do think we take every day for granted quite a bit. We don't know if we're gonna wake up the next day or not, and that's kind of like what I took from the movie, is just cherish every single moment you can, because you never know when the people you love will go. In my opinion, this is a 7 out of 10 movie. I'm thoroughly shocked at how well this movie was. In my opinion, I think everyone did a fantastic job. I think the actors did great as well. Like, I'm not expecting an Oscar-winning movie or anything like that. This is definitely a 7 out of 10 movie because it shocked the hell out of me at how decently good it is. The amount of crap we get nowadays, this movie makes everything look like shit. Hearing all the good reviews for this film, I was like kind of skeptical going in, but I do think a lot of them are actually accurate. I'm actually thoroughly surprised at how good this film is. This movie really is a horror comedy. I don't think it's just a horror. It's really just a horror comedy because the deaths in here are freaking hilarious. So I don't know why people weren't laughing, because it was just funny seeing these people die in like the most creative ways. I think that's really, really cool. If you're looking for a fun film and you like seeing people get killed in very creative ways, then I think this film is for you. I think most people would have a good time with this film, especially if they like the horror comedy kind of vibes. All in all, this is one damn entertaining film. I had an absolute blast. I can't wait to buy this on 4K. I'm so glad it revived the franchise in such a good way. It's not a rehash of 1 to 5. It's just good. It's a good time. That's what I wanted to see. Finally, Hollywood kind of getting it, but we'll see how more movies come about, so we'll see about that. If you guys like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me your thoughts about this film if you've seen it, because to me, it was really fun and entertaining for once. And if you didn't like this video, bye-bye, turn it off!